Pisces, thank you for joining me here. This is your another reading. I added this series. I'm gonna name it Inner Compass because my intention is to focus more on your inner journey, or kind of, like your soul journey, your inner journey, that kind of stuff. But I'm gonna pick up whatever energy comes to my way, but that is my intention, okay? And as you can see, I already laid down the card on the floor, on the table, because this card is pretty thick and quite big, and I only take jumpers, so it takes a lot of time for me to get the jumpers, and it will take like 20 minutes to do that on camera. That doesn't make sense, so I pull out all the jumpers I got and put it on the table. And for this kind of reading, I'm only going to be using one kind of tarot deck, and for this reading I'm using the good tarot, okay? And it's kind of free flowing in nature. All right, this is the supportive energy of this one. Let's see what you got. 8 of Fire, Queen of Water, Hierophant, 7 of Water, 2 water between Hierophant, okay. Temptation, which is like a devil for regular tarot, High Priestess, and 3 of Air. Okay. Pisces, the first visceral feelings that I'm getting is that you are rebelling against something, but it's not like a very explicit protest on the street. It's like you are rebelling against something that may be more accepted in the society, or in the family of your family, or maybe by your peers, but you are like rebelling against some kind of very founded and confirmed belief. And I do think it has to do with life in general, but specifically like relationship. Like, okay, all right, that's the visceral feelings that I got. So first card, I got 8 of Fire. I really feel that 8 of Fire and temptation is somehow related, and I feel like that there is like a two kind of energy going on, Pisces. To be honest, this energy is kind of taking me all over the place, but I'm trying to condense it and get a structure here. I do feel that I don't know, for some reason, whosoever is gonna be connecting with this, you have lot of like disappointment when it comes to human emotion. I feel like people you maybe got interested in past, like before, somehow they don't understand your way of looking at love. Your is much deeper and much more cosmic, and there is more. Maybe you found that it was easy for them to be all passionate and like more like physical, like that. When I say physical, it doesn't mean that you have to only sex. I mean very very direct. They don't take these things that deep, and they don't take these things that and you are kind of, I feel like, out of those disappointment in past. Right now I feel like you are with someone or some kind of situation which gives you a lot of, which fulfills your passion, which you enjoy it. You enjoy being with them, and there is a lot of sexual chemistry there is a lot of desire, but they are very material, you know what I mean, they're like very it's not ethereal, you know, it's like you get what you see, you know, very direct, very, you see them, you feel happy, you know, you have, you know, sexual intimacy, you know, if you feel sad you cry, if you feel, you know, like whether they understand there is, you know, it's like a very, you see what happening, like you, like it's like very, very, everything is there, everything is on the table. It's like that kind of relationship or that kind of interaction that you're having with someone, but I can feel that it's actually that what you need right now, even though you may not vibe with it emotionally that much. When it comes to your feelings, when it comes to how you look at love in overall, which is very, I feel like for you is very deep and cosmological, like very cosmic, astrological, like very kind of divine connection that you're looking for, but this is not that. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't like to use that word divine, so I'm kind of beating around the bush. But yeah, if you like a divine connection, you know, you are looking for, but this is not it. This is very physical, this is very material, some kind of connection with somebody that, and you need this. And you are happy. I mean, happy means whatever happiness, you know, like you are satisfied, it finds it's actually pretty exciting also, it's pretty adventurous, you know, it gives you, you know, you do a lot of stuff that you might not usually will do. And I also feel this connection with someone, maybe it is something that is not really that's not really super normal. Maybe it could be, I can, you know, like I don't know, if you come from very orthodox family, maybe this is a same-sex relationship, and maybe your parents, your friends are not really aware of that, or it could be anything, it could be something that really not really universally accepted. I mean, anything other than heteronormativity normativity is not universally accepted. That's what I'm trying to say, you know, like something that inspire your imagination, but it's not really fulfill your feelings the way you look at love, but it's fine. It's kind of fun ride for you. You feel fine. You just, you know, more than being with them, just to breaking that boundary makes you feel alive, and you feel that's what this relationship is giving to you. Maybe somebody who are, you know, like I don't know, some kind of taboo, maybe huge age difference, maybe huge cultural difference, or maybe huge you know, like, and with the hierophant, I really, that's what I feel like something that you're not supposed to do, quote unquote, if you really follow all the lines, all the codes. And it gives you a certain, you feel very alive by doing it. That doesn't mean that this is something that you, I don't think you love this person, but you like that excitement, and you like this, how it makes you feel. It makes you feel very alive. Maybe you're coming from a family background, or coming from a situation where you felt very restricted, where you feel that you have to be always be this good person, you know, like good and nice person who doesn't rebel, who thinks about everybody's calm and peace, you know. You come from that kind of so this is like a fresh air for you. It gives you a sense of freedom. It's not only freedom, it feels like you feel that kind of rebel. You feel like, you know what, I'm just gonna break this boundary, that kind of thing. But I don't think you are vocalizing this. I don't think you are telling them, you know, like, oh, you are my rebellious goal and all that. No, this is something very subconscious, even conscious, but it's very internal process for you. But whatever this is, it gives you this avenue to channel those energy, this blocked, you know, like separation energy that you felt for so long. This gives you a channel, you know, like a door to channel this energy, and it really feels good for you, like good. And this is what you need at this time. And then I really feel that these three card with high queen of water, high priestess, and three of air, look at this, how similar they are. this has nothing to do with this. Maybe this is a not maybe, this is a byproduct of these feelings. You know what I mean? This rebellious act that you're doing in your own way, the rebellious act, but this is the byproduct of these feelings. The feeling here is that you, like I said, there is kind of past disappointment. The way you see love, the way you are, whosoever you are, no matter where you are very free-minded. You are very free-minded, and you want to experience life not with this constriction, not with this restriction, constriction. Maybe there is a word, something like that. Well, here you go. We invented a word. There is like a less restriction, more like based on your, like I really feel with the Queen of Water and High Priestess, like extremely you are looking for something very divine. You take relationship, and it can be any kind of relationship, very, you look for something very substantial, something can connect people. It's like you're longing for connection, which based on not on material but something very ethereal and divine, connection. And you have a lot of disappointment in your life, and it's not just your lovers, it's just your everybody, in your life that you meet. They are very restrictive. Even though they may come across very modern and all that, but when it comes to feelings, when it comes to nitty-gritty of the, like day-to-day life, nitty-gritty of feelings, they are very it's like a constructive force, and you feel very suffocated there. And it's like this is, and you feel like your wing cannot be spread within that. So it's like all internal energy I'm getting. It's very hard for me to, I'm trying my level best to articulate what you feel. It's very feeling based. There is not something tangible going on except this. That's what I'm saying. This is your only outlet to channel this. So this is like a byproduct of all this inner flow that you are feeling. And this is your point of rebellion, like a rebellious act. This is something, it's not necessarily, it gives you that kind of, it not necessarily match this kind of feelings and internal depth, when it comes to not only internal, like how you see, like you relate love with cosmic energy, cosmic force, and this situation, whatever that is for you, does not align with this at all. But this, what it does give you this, it does make you feel that you are doing something that's need to be done, that you are breaking some kind of wall in your own world, in your own life, by doing this thing which is something tabooed or something not really generally accepted. And it gives you a lot of I don't know, fiery enthusiasm and fiery, it's like, oh yeah, it is a temptation, but it's not like a bad temptation. This is something you need to do to channel this. Otherwise it's gonna be, if you don't channel something like this with some kind of external act, you're gonna feel like a suffocated. You're gonna feel like that you are not doing anything for what you actually believe in, for what you actually need. And then we got Hierophant. I'm just gonna, like with this card, I feel like, yeah, it's like something is telling you that you need to, like in your family, in your surrounding, whereabouts, like everything around you, it telling you that in order to really be here, in order to really ascend in life, you need to have some kind of set of beliefs. So you need to have it cannot be like you have to submit to some kind of beliefs, and that is the point of confliction here. You don't think, whosoever I'm connecting with, you don't think there has to be one set of belief that you see as a temple of your life and just follow that for your entire life. But this is something that's, it's not necessarily, it's just saying that your environment, your people around you they believe that in order to really be true to oneself, one has to submit to one kind of belief. It doesn't have to be any specific belief, maybe there is, but it has to be some kind of confirming, like a conformist kind of idea. Like you need to submit to one set of belief. And that's where, and every time you confront with this kind of energy, you feel this rebellious energy again. This is the source of this rebellious energy. You feel like, you know, I'm not gonna do it, and you feel like every time, look at this, how contradiction between these two cards is like it is asking you to submit to oneself, yourself, to some kind of belief in order to ascend spiritually, and that kind of code of conduct you are not ready to submit to. And every time you come across with this, which is like a constantly, because it's your environment, it's in your people around you, and you feel this kind of breaking free, like look at this like petals are like opening up, like as if like forcefully as something coming, and it's like a multiple choice, multiple way of being. There is no one way of being and set that as a rule and follow that for the rest of your life. That's what you believe, that's what you want to follow. You feel like this free flowing is the main notion of your life. And every time this kind of energy you get in contact with, the desire or breaking free, that kind of regimented, not necessarily negative, but regimented energy, and kind of just cosmological, like more attuned with the divine and cosmic. And what it means when you become more attuned with the cosmic and divine, that means your arm is open, your body is accepting. That means there is no set of rules. Everything, whatever feels right, like to the high priestess and the queen of water, whatever feels like right, whatever can string the roots of your feelings, you can go with that. There is like a free flow, and that's what is the major confliction here. And this is a completely separate thing from this is your inner thing. And this is just, this is the outer action that you are taking in the form of relationship and form of connection with someone, which is very desire and physical based, because this is something that you can, this is the somewhere you can channel those energy. And it has to be, I also feel that it has something to do which not really universally accepted socially when it comes to connecting with other person. I don't know what kind, that there could be multiple reason, but take it as it is, and it's okay. Yeah, this is like very, I don't know, I hope I did justice with this message. It was like, it was throwing me all over the place when I first saw this, like very visceral feeling I was getting. But this is the message that I'm getting. Of course it's not gonna be for everyone, so there's a lot of, and I feel like, like with Three of Airs, I'm really feeling it. Like you feel your way of being has been nullified by the surroundings of yours. Maybe materially they are like all modern and all that, doing all the whatever, life is a free will and all this jargon that they say. But like, when it comes to actual way of living, they are like, ascend to some kind of belief in order to really accept all this, and you are not submitting to that. But like you are in an environment, you are like, but your rebel act is not like by arguing. So that's what I'm saying, this is your only outlet, the way you are rebelling, because maybe for a quite long time you have been being this nice person trying to, but your way of being rebellious is like by introducing yourself in a different circumstances which does not align with this hierophant kind of belief system. But you are not going to them and say, no, it's not like you're just doing it. You're just doing it, and you are not doing it to attack them. You are just doing it in your life to support your own feelings and not get nullified. It's very subtle way of rebelling against something. I don't feel like you are just really being an activist and go after it. It's not like that kind of energy I'm going. You are feeling it and you are implying it in your life, and you are doing what you want to do, and how you can channel this, like this kind of suppressed, disappointed, frustrated energy that has been created by others towards you. Your way of being constantly being nullified, constantly being non-acknowledged, constantly being said that that's not the way to be. And you are not telling them, you are not arguing with them, you are just, you are very determined with this high priestess. You have a very deep sense of conviction with how you feel the life should be, how you feel the connection would be, and how you deeply feel connected with the cosmology and with the divine and like universe, and you want to bring that, and you don't want to fight with anyone, because I don't think that's your personality. You are just bringing that changes in your life by doing something which is against this hierophant, which contradict this hierophant and temptation, what it's like a polar opposite. It's like a polar opposite, but you are doing it without confronting hierophant. You are bringing these changes in your life even though it does not align with your high priestess, that kind of feeling that you harbor, but this is your channel. I feel like I'm repeating that, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like repeating it. Hope it makes sense. Alright, Pisces, I don't know what you're asking for. If you're asking for some kind of guidance, I feel like you are already doing it. You are a very strong person, whosoever you are. Even though maybe you are on the surface, you may be very, you look very supple, you look very, people don't take you as a strong person, but you're strong. And but what is strong? We need to ask ourselves, what is strong, what is weak. You are aligning, you are doing something that you truly believe in. And this is something I also feel like this is something a little hidden. Maybe not everybody knows about it. You already got it, Pisces. There is no way one can force other to submit to hierophant. If you feel like there is no one set of belief that one needs to submit, there is multiple. There is like a free flow there is a way of being by being, following the free flow. If you believe in that, yeah, you have total exact right to do that. I don't know what you want me to say here. This is the situation, this is the message I got, and I feel like you are on the right path. You are following your, just be powerful. And even though it doesn't have to be explicit, power is not like that when you take a flag and march on the street. Yes, those are the power too, but if it doesn't feel like your personality, just be powerful in your own aura, and that is much more powerful than explicit power, showing of power. And you are doing it. I feel like with the high priestess and queen of water, you are extremely strongly, you have a strong conviction of how you look at life and love, and you are not budging, and I think you should not. Alright, Pisces, I hope you get something. I hope I did some kind of justice to this message, and I will talk to you later. Take care, okay? Bye bye.